For years, Hangman Adam Page has been one of, if not the best characters in all of professional wrestling. There is no one whose character is more well defined, whose motivations are well explored, and whose story of being lost and later found is more satisfying than Hangman Adam Page. Hangman Page is representative of the perfect character in professional wrestling. However, now in the fallout of Revolution 2026, Hangman finds himself lost in a way he has never been before. In a stunning last chance Texas death match where Hangman Page put his championship future in AEW on the line, he lost. And now he will never be able to challenge for the All Elite Wrestling World Championship, a move that has been panned by critics and fans alike, but a move that also has potential for some awesome storytelling. And in this video, we will explore whether this is a good decision or a bad one by AEW, what it means for the company, and, more importantly, the Hangman Adam Page character. I'm Omar Q for Wrestle Vibes. This is The Ballad of the Lost Cowboy. As I said before, Hangman Adam Page is very much so the best character in all of professional wrestling. Sure, there were bigger stars, sure, there certainly are better in-ring wrestlers, but Adam Page as a character you follow, whose motivations you understand, and whose purpose is usually defined, is like no other. You don't get the same level of depth in characters in any company that you do with a Hangman Adam Page. And one defining character trait of Hangman Page has been loss. Hangman Page, more than once throughout his tenure in AEW, has told a story of losing his way, of being lost. If you go back and watch the rise of Hangman Page, originally in AEW, the anxious millennial cowboy who was shunned by the elite, who lost his best friend Kenny Omega, only to find himself through friendship and the eventual coronation as the AEW World Champion at Full Gear 2021, that was a story built around Hangman Page being unsure of himself. Hangman Page being a guy who didn't understand what he had to do. He did not have that purpose, but alongside him, we were there, and we figured it out with him, and we figured out what exactly he needed in order to get to where he wanted to be, and that was at the top of this industry as the AEW World Champion. And he got there. And after he lost the belt and eventually entered a feud with Swerve Strickland, we then saw the second evolution of this Hangman character. We saw a Hangman Adam Page who was lost once again, but not lost in that he doubted himself, not lost in a way where he lost his friends. Hangman Adam Page lost his way. He lost his ability to say that he walks a righteous and moral path. The things he did to Swerve Strickland throughout that feud, from the things in the Texas death match, drinking his blood, to even burning down Swerve's childhood home, are not something we came to expect from Hangman Adam Page usually. But that loss of his way, the loss of his morals, are also what made his eventual rise once again to the AEW Championship picture so meaningful. Because just like last time, we were right there with him along the way. And if you're beginning to notice a trend, then you're correct. Because at every point, at every turn, no matter in which way Hangman Page has been lost, his guiding light, his goal has always been the same. And that is the All Elite Wrestling Men's World Championship. Hangman Adam Page has used this belt, this championship, this title as a guiding force for everything that he does. Whether he was walking an evil path and he needed to get back on the righteous way, he knew that getting that title was his purpose. He knew that saving that title was his purpose. Or whether it was in the original Hangman Adam Page storyline, He understood that Hangman Adam Page as the world champion defeating Kenny Omega is what AEW needed. It was what Hangman Page needed in order to be confident in himself and shed the skin of the anxious millennial cowboy. But now, Hangman Page does not have that. There is no more guiding light in the AEW World Championship. He does not have that to fall back on. He does not have the ability to go out there and claim that he will be AEW World Champion again, and that's the ride that he's going to take us on, because now it will never happen. And what makes this so cool is also what makes it so dangerous. Yes, you have the ability for Hangman Page now to go off and tell stories away from the AEW World Championship. And Hangman Page is someone whose purpose has always been defined by that. So seeing what he does outside of this creatively and from a character standpoint is very interesting. And going on that ride with him is something that I think is warranted, and given the fact that he has been one of the most protected and well thought out characters of the past 20 years, I think it's earned, and we should approach it with grace. At the same time, you have to question two things. Number one, how does AEW ensure that this is not a repeat of what happened with Cody Rhodes? When Cody put that stipulation in the picture and then he lost, his entire run with AEW was derailed. How do you know that that will not happen with Hangman Adam Page? How do you keep him in the mix? How do you keep him fresh? How do you keep that purpose without the one thing that has always been there for him to fall back on? And moreover, for Hangman Adam Page, what defines success for him in AEW? Why is he in AEW? These are the questions that the character is going to be asking himself over the next couple of years. And yes, there is always a chance that they could find a way to get out of the stipulation. And when that does happen, I think it will be met with some criticism, but I also believe that fans will be happy to see Hangman back in the title picture again. I think fans will be ecstatic to see the babyface of all babyfaces, the best good guy in professional wrestling, period, once again hoist that championship. Because it is his belt. It is his title. Hangman Adam Page is the AEW Men's World Championship. But what they do in that time between then and now will determine how people view it. But in the end, I guess we'll see. Hey there, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos from WrestleVibes.